What I am talking about today can be considered as one of the darkest secrets that has always been kept. We will analyze Diddy as an example. Dark psychology is being used a lot in our lives. Things that the devil is good at doing. Dark psychology as a field of study that focuses on psychological behaviors used to manipulate, control, and harm others. Those who employ dark psychology techniques often aim to exploit the weaknesses of others to serve their interests. A prime example of this manipulation is the story of Sean Diddy Combs. His ruthless actions and abuse of power have revealed how dark psychology tactics can inflict immense damage when unchecked. This is not just a scandal within the entertainment industry, but a testament to how psychological manipulation can deeply affect the lives of victims. Manipulation is a core behavior in dark psychology. People like Diddy don't just seek to control individuals. They use various, sophisticated techniques to maintain that control over time. Gaslighting, love bombing, and psychological manipulation are key strategies used to weaken the confidence and self-worth of the victim. In Diddy's case, allegations regarding his emotional and physical abuse toward young women such as Cassie illustrate how he exploited both power and the victim's psychology to maintain control over their lives. When someone possesses both authority and the ability to manipulate the mind, they can easily turn what seemed like a normal relationship into a nightmare for the victim. Power and influence, when abused, become dangerous tools. In personal relationships, power isn't inherently negative, but when combined with manipulation, it becomes a weapon for psychological abuse. Diddy built his career on success in the music industry, but behind the glamorous facade was his abuse of power to control and harm those around him. In the case of Cassie and the other victims, Diddy's power becomes a trap they cannot escape. He didn't just hold control over their careers. He influenced their personal lives and reputations, making them feel powerless and trapped in abusive relationships. One of the prominent tactics Diddy employed is the concept of dark seduction. This isn't seduction in the typical sense, but a psychological strategy where the manipulator gains the victim's trust and emotional dependency through deceit and exploitation. In the allegations concerning Cassie, their relationship started with promises of professional advancement, but quickly became a personal relationship fraught with control. The love bombing technique, where the manipulator overwhelms the victim with intense affection and lavish gifts, initially creates a false sense of security. However, once trust is established, the manipulator reveals their true intentions, turning the relationship into a cycle of fear and dependency. Once the victim has been drawn into a manipulative relationship, the abuser uses techniques like gaslighting to maintain control. Gaslighting is the act of making the victim question their reality, subtly altering events or memories to fit the manipulator's narrative. The victim is often led to believe they are overreacting or misunderstanding the situation, causing them to stay in the abusive relationship longer than they should. In Diddy's case, he controlled Cassie and other victims' lives, making them feel dependent on him for everything, from their careers to their safety. This is a clear example of how dark psychological tactics can lead to total domination over the victim's mind, rendering them helpless and compliant with the abuser's demands. Fear is a powerful weapon in the hands of manipulators. In Diddy's case, it wasn't just the threat of physical harm, but also the fear of career and reputation damage. Public threats and the control he exercised over his victims kept them living in constant fear. Fear is an especially effective tool for maintaining power, particularly in industries like entertainment, where reputation and career are everything. For victims like Cassie, the fear of having their careers destroyed, combined with physical threats, kept them trapped in the abusive cycle. This is a common pattern in abusive relationships, where the abuser creates a sense of dependency, making it nearly impossible for the victim to escape. Although Diddy's story focuses on a high-profile figure, the lessons about dark psychology and manipulative relationships extend far beyond the entertainment industry. Behaviors like love bombing, gaslighting, and threats are warning signs that need to be recognized early to protect oneself from falling into toxic, abusive relationships. One must be cautious of excessive flattery or affection early in a relationship. Manipulators often use emotional attacks to create dependency. Recognize the signs of gaslighting. If you frequently question your reality or doubt your memories, you may be experiencing psychological manipulation. Be wary of those who use fear to control you. No one should feel afraid in a relationship, whether emotionally, physically, or professionally. Maintain social and family connections outside of the primary relationship. Manipulators often try to isolate victims from friends and family to increase their control. Trust your feelings if something feels wrong. Listen to your instincts. The allegations against Sean Diddy Combs are alarming, but not isolated cases. They expose a pattern of power abuse and psychological manipulation that can occur wherever there is a significant power imbalance. To prevent these behaviors, educating people about dark psychology techniques is just as important as holding powerful individuals accountable. By understanding strategies such as manipulation, gaslighting, and love bombing, we can empower individuals to recognize these tactics, early seek help, and avoid falling into toxic relationships. Knowledge is key to protection, and we can reclaim control over our lives with understanding.